Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis and Arundel County and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Well, hey, good morning. It's Tuesday, July 5th, 2022. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. Hey, does this thing still work? Wow, I'll tell you, what a great and refreshing long weekend. I hope you enjoyed the 4th and had a safe time while doing it. Mine started with the naturalization ceremony at the Pecah House, always on my must-do list, and so glad to see it back in person, the parade, and, of course, the fireworks. Might have worked in a meal at Bread and Butter Kitchen there as well. All right, enough of that. Let's get back into the grind, shall we? Catching up on some police news, the Maryland State Police arrested an Annapolis man on child pornography charges. The 55-year-old man made contact with a trooper who he believed to be an underage child and attempted to arrange a sex meeting. They identified the suspect and arrested him at his work here in Annapolis, and the Capitol has some more, honestly, very disturbing details of the conversation he had with the police. Currently, he is being held for a preliminary hearing, which has yet to be scheduled. Back in January, Eastport was all abuzz about an FBI raid in the neighborhood near the intersection of President and Monroe Streets. The FBI and the APD would only say that, yes, we were in the area. Well, now we know. Keith Brown, known as Clown, pleaded guilty to possession with intent to distribute PCP, crack cocaine, heroin, and cocaine. Now, APD had them on their radar prior to the feds, and at one point, they were actually outside of his home in an unmarked car and witnessed a non-fatal overdose right in front of their vehicle. The FBI says that lines frequently formed outside of his residence to buy the drugs. That raid netted the authorities 470 grams of PCP, 55.5 grams of crack cocaine, 6.2 grams of heroin, and 71 grams of cocaine. They also executed several other warrants and seized $32,695 in cash and a handgun. The plea agreement will see Brown sent away to prison for 10 years. Sentencing is scheduled for August. County Executive Pittman, back in 2018, formed the Gun Violence Task Force, and now it is a Gun Violence Intervention Team, and they have developed a strategic plan to reduce gun violence in the county. The plan utilizes a public health approach with the data-driven strategies to engage community members, law enforcement, mental health agencies, and gun violence intervention organizations, which, if I'm being honest with myself, was exactly what we've been doing all along, so I'm not sure what's changed. But the full plan can be found at aahealth.org/GVI. Downtown Annapolis will be spruced up a bit in the near future, and a new safety program will be initiated. The Downtown Annapolis Partnership received a $93,000 grant for a cleanup of Weissman Park, and this is the little tiny park across from Ram's Head. And they are considering new lighting, benches, cameras, landscaping, and, of course, some public art. They are also implementing a part-time safety ambassadors to roam the streets of downtown. It's expected they will be additional eyes for the police for crime and safety issues that pop up, and also provide visitors directions to parking, shops, dining, attractions, and to give out resource contacts for social service-related issues. Now, the next two stories are all about Crosby Marketing Communications here in Annapolis, and for good reason. The Washington Post recently named Crosby, based right here in West Annapolis, as a top workplace in the region based on employee satisfaction. But they are no stranger to this, as they have nailed that from the WAPO 6 years running. So congrats to Ralph and Ray and everyone who is lucky enough to work with them. And in other Crosby news, they have once again opened up their wallet for the Anne Arundel County Food Bank. All cash donations to the food bank in July will be matched dollar for dollar by Crosby up to $50,000. Now, this is generous any way you look at it, but consider that in April of 2020, just as the pandemic emerged, they gave the food bank $40,000. In the fall of 2020, they followed that up with another $25,000. And at the end of 2021, they did a $25,000 matching donation. And now, with this additional $50,000, They are a huge benefactor to the food bank. And for those tapping on their calculator, that's $140,000 in 2 years. And that doesn't include the hundreds of volunteer hours their employees give back to the community. Ralph, Ray, and the entire team, thank you. The Anne Arundel Chamber of Commerce has done what the Anne Arundel County Republican Party couldn't do. They have somehow managed to get Republican County Executive candidates Jessica Hare and Herb McMillan to agree to a candidate forum this Thursday at 5:30 p.m. at the Bush Library on West Street. The forum will focus on business and economic issues, and based on the mailers I have been seeing lately, I expect this to be a feisty evening. And again, County Executive Pittman was not invited because he is a Democrat and has no challenger in his primary. There is a contested primary for the Republican candidate. I suspect once we know a winner from July, that primary is July 19th, the Chamber is going to be looking to arrange a forum between the successful candidate on the Republican side as well as the county executive. And as we begin to wrap it up, some sad news from Forest Drive restaurant scene. Soul has closed their doors forever. On Thursday, they posted this to their Facebook page. Quote, Soul has officially closed its doors in Annapolis today after a great 7-year run. We have enjoyed serving you over the years, which makes it difficult to say au revoir. For now, a toast. We look forward to seeing you again. Unquote. And as expected, hundreds of comments lamenting the loss of a very unique and very good restaurant. And finally, it is Ticket Tuesday, but I still need to see what Ram's Head on Stage has in store for me. So let's go with tickets to see the Annapolis Irish Festival. I do have a bunch of them. It's coming up on July 16th. So you'd want to shoot me a DM or an email with some sob story. Make one up about why I should give you a pair of tickets to the Irish Festival. And you might win. Otherwise, you want to use the code 5OFFEYE22. That's the number 5OFFEYE22. And that's a code that's going to save you 20% off of all of your general admission tickets. You can learn more and get those tickets at AnnapolisIrishFestival.com. Podcast news. Up this Saturday on the Local Business Spotlight, it is Daily, a new type of social media that is being born right here in Annapolis. You're going to want to download that app and check it out. And of course, you want to tune in on Saturday at noon. And the app you want to search for is Daily, Daylyy. A little bit of a funky spelling, but that's what you want, Daylyy. And following that, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Liquefied Creative, and we want to talk with them about them celebrating their 15 years in business. Hey, please keep letting your friends, family, and colleagues know about the Daily News Brief so we can continue to grow. It is so much appreciated. All right, that is a wrap. But first, thank you to our sponsors for the Daily News Brief, Solar Energy Services, the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster Company, and Alpha Engineering. So now hang tight. We have George Young from DCMDVA Weather standing by with your locally forecast weather report. And back with a legal brief, Scott MacMullan from Scott MacMullan Law. And it's always good to see Scott healthy after his wrestling matches with COVID. All of that coming up in just a bit. Hang tight.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster Company.
One of the most common questions we get, how do I maximize the value of my home before I sell it? It's a great question. We look at improvements like investments. What is the rate of return? For example, if we invest $5,000 in painting kitchen cabinets and installing granite, how much more will our home sell for? The answer? About $25,000 more. That's a 500% return on investment. Because of returns like this, we have started a program called Investing in You. We know cash is often tight when you're making a move, and we are here to help. We will front you up to $15,000 to invest in refreshing your home before you list it, with the agreement to be paid back once your home settles. Call us today at 410-599-1370 so we can help you maximize your home's value.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-295-6579 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMD VA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMD VA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Tuesday, July 5th. That was a pretty good stretch of weather for the long holiday weekend for the Annapolis region, minus the big storms late on Saturday. But more storms are possible every day this week into the weekend before sunshine on Sunday. Look for hot temps today in the upper 80s to mid-90s with a chance of some strong to severe PM storms with more of the same on tap for Wednesday, with additional rain chances then Thursday through Saturday, with temps in the mid-80s or so each day before sunshine returns in full effect Sunday, with highs low to mid-80s to cap off the weekend. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMD VA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, along with our website at dcmdvaweather.info. And definitely be sure to download our DCMD VA Weather app on all of your devices from either the Apple or Google App Stores, so you can always stay weather informed.
The benefits of a good night's sleep are well documented. Sleeping well prevents weight gain, improves concentration and creativity, and boosts the immune system. So, what keeps you up at night? If you run a business, then the security of your computer network may be one of those things. Threats like ransomware and phishing are becoming increasingly sophisticated and pose a real risk to any business. Don't let these cyber threats keep you up at night. At Alpha, they've been helping their customers sleep better for over 30 years by monitoring in real time and hardening network defenses. And for those irritating IT issues that arise every day, Alpha's just a phone call away, helping your business run smoothly and helping you sleep better, knowing Alpha is on guard. Give Alpha a call to see if they can ease your worries and help you get the rest you deserve. Find them at alphagetsit.com.
You never know when you might need an attorney. It could be when the lights light up on the police car behind you. Or maybe you have $1 million idea and need to incorporate. From wills and trusts to car wrecks and arrests, Scott MacMullan with the Annapolis-based Scott MacMullan Law, LLC, is here to offer some insight for you with today's legal brief.
Hello, Annapolis. This is Scott MacMullan, and this is your legal brief. Today's tip is to go online, Google search Maryland case search, type in your first name and your last name to the Maryland case search, and see if you have any open cases on your record. This is really important because a lot of people get pulled over or they get a citation for a box speeding ticket near a school. And a lot of times, or maybe it's you ran a toll, and a lot of times people don't know that they actually have a pending case against them. 1. 2, people don't understand and know that they might even have a warrant out for their arrest. So it's really important for you to keep up with your license, because a lot of times people's license, if it's a traffic ticket, non-incarcerable traffic ticket, you'll get a suspended license, and then you'll get pulled over again, and then all of a sudden you're facing up to a year in jail. So it's really important. My tip today is Google search Maryland case search, go onto Maryland case search's database, type in your name, and see if you have any pending cases. It's not perfect, but it'll give you a sense of what's out there against you. It's a little housekeeping tip for you. Hope you had a great holiday weekend and the rest of this summer. Thanks so much. This is information, not advice. If you seek legal counsel, contact Scott MacMullan Law, LLC, at 443-494-9775. We're right downtown in downtown Annapolis, and we have parking available upon request.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Is all this talk of inflation making you uneasy? Me too, especially the uncertainty. How bad will it eat into my future purchasing power? Well, don't feel helpless, because solar energy can give you some financial control. By installing and owning your solar system, you can lock out electricity cost inflation by locking in your electricity price for more than 25 years. Many of our inflation-fighting clean energy systems offset 100% of the annual electricity demands. Customers frequently add electric vehicle charging and backup batteries to their solar projects, providing them inexpensive auto fuel and additional energy security for the home. Let's make 2022 the year that you freeze energy inflation in its tracks by committing to affordable, clean solar energy. Call us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net. But don't wait another minute. Sunshine's a wasted.
Sunshine and sunshine. Nothing else can make me feel so fine.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.